Earlier, I talked about the offensive line not being as dominant as it once was. I thought they did an excellent job tonight on T.J. Watt and Cameron Hayward and those guys. No sacks tonight.
They had a good plan for the outside rushers, and then when Wilson got in there in the second half and the run game picked up, boy, they scored every drive.
And for the Steelers, this is now twice in a row. Really, you go back to the Bengals game, and Joe Flacco was going right up and down the field. They weren't getting much pressure or sacks on him in that game. And now tonight, not much pressure or sacks on Love. So what is the biggest issue right now for Pittsburgh defensively?
They're just not playing dominant defensive football. Both games, they got ahead and gave up the leads because they couldn't hold it in the second half, and that's not like Pittsburgh.
So Mike Tomlin is a defensive coach, right?
Yes.
So what Mike Tomlin's going to have to do, coach, he's going to have to take a long look at every aspect of his coaches. The players, the coaching staff, everything, whether you're hustling, you're not hustling, you're missing tackles. He's got to take a look at that, coach, because what I see is disturbing. In the secondary, there's no communication. Deshaun Elliott is your one safety that communicates, and you lost him tonight.
Once he got hurt, everything fell apart back there.
The two-point conversion, you see guys running free, you see guys looking at each other with their hands up. For me, that goes back to the defensive coordinator. I don't care if you have to play only two coverages, you play those two coverages at 100% with no mistakes. And that's been the problem with them. They're letting guys run free.
Do they have the talent in that secondary?
They've gotten older, man. I mean, they have some talent, but you look at Darius Slay and a tackle he turned down. He acted like he was completely scared to tackle the guy.
At about the 3-yard line.
At the 3-yard line.
Chance to stop a touchdown. Yeah, he did.
So it's just frustrating, especially when you're paying these guys that type of money.
Communication, man coverage, making plays. It just hasn't been there the last couple of weeks. 30-point games. I played defense here. We're not used to seeing that in this stadium.
And I look at their linebackers, Patrick Queen and Wilson. They're not very good. They're just not very good. If you run directly at them, Patrick Queen, he's not coming blowing it up. He's going around blocks. He's running around it. And then you look on the defensive line, T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward, those guys are working as hard as they can, but they're starting to get older. They're starting to wear down a little bit. And you see it with Cameron Hayward. He's in his 15th season, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he's wearing down, and that's what's going on with their defense.
Do you agree,
and it
Coach?
may be a little bit of fatigue because last week and this week, first half, okay, held them down. Then you give up 30 points in the second half.
Coach, they had 10 days off too, Coach. How can they be tired? That's my point. How can they be tired if they had 10 days off?
If you're Mike Tomlin, leaving this game, it's now 2 in a row, this one on your home field. We saw the second half went. Your biggest coaching points, teaching points, talking points would be what?
Is we can make a run, but we've got to get this defense going. Yeah. Our offense is good enough. They're going to put points on the board. We get 25, we get 30 like we got last week. We can't lose these games. So defense, we've got to step up, and we've got to make some plays.
Yeah, you got a bunch of veterans on that defense.
Got to challenge them.
All through on 3 levels, and it's got to be a sense of urgency. Yeah. And, I mean, for me, I'm out here, and I'm disappointed because guys are blowing coverages. And you can't play 100%. You can't play if you're second-guessing, not knowing where to go. So, I mean, they need one leader back there making all the decisions, making all the calls and the checks and adjustments, and they just haven't had that.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.